Hey Trekkies, Dan Gunther here with another episode of The Week in Trek. It's a big week in Star Trek news, so let's get right to it. As reported in an earlier video last week, Bryan Fuller has stepped back from Star Trek Discovery, turning the showrunner duties over to a pair of executive producers, Gretchen Berg and Aaron Harberts. It seems as though Fuller has his plate a little bit full these days, being the showrunner on both the forthcoming American Gods miniseries and the new Amazing Stories. It's sad to see him step down as the showrunner for Star Trek Discovery, however, he is still an executive producer on the project and will have a hand in crafting the story of Star Trek Discovery going forward. Brand new out this week for home video release is the Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K disc versions of Star Trek Beyond. I've picked up my copy already. Look for an upcoming video in which I talk about all of the various Easter eggs and hidden Star Trek references in the film. On the Literary Treks podcast this week, a very special episode in which Matthew Rushing, Bruce Gibson, and I interview Star Trek legends Michael and Denise Okuda about their various contributions to the Star Trek legacy, including the newly released, revised, and updated Star Trek Encyclopedia. We talk about what it's like to get back to writing the encyclopedia and updating it after all of these years, how it was decided what was included and what was not, and we devote a little bit of time to talking about the Roddenberry Vault, an exciting Blu-ray set coming later this year. You won't want to miss this one. It was absolutely thrilling to be able to talk to these two who have had such a huge impact on the Star Trek franchise. You can find Literary Treks on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. There's also a link to the show page in the description below. The 2017 Las Vegas Star Trek Convention has added a few new guests to its roster. In addition to William Shatner, who was announced some time ago, Creation Star Trek Convention in Vegas will also feature Nichelle Nichols, Walter Koenig, as well as several guest stars from Star Trek history, including Sandy Gimple, who played the M113 creature in The Man Trap, Jack Donner, who played a Romulan in the original series, and a Vulcan in Enterprise, as well as Daniel Davis, the villainous Dr. James Moriarty, as well as Tracy Coco, the often seen but never heard Ensign J from Star Trek The Next Generation. More guests will of course be announced as we get closer to August of 2017. Stay tuned for that. One memorable guest star in particular that I personally met at the Star Trek Vegas convention a number of years ago was actor Don Marshall, who portrayed Lieutenant Boma in the classic Star Trek episode The Galileo 7. Sadly, Don Marshall has passed away this week. Born in 1936, Marshall appeared in Gene Roddenberry's The Lieutenant, had guest spots in various shows including The Alfred Hitchcock Hour, Rawhide, Ironside, and more. He had a regular role on Land of the Giants where he played character Dan Erickson. He passed away on October 30th at Cedars-Sinai Hospital. He is survived by his daughter, son, and twin brother. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to bringing you all the news from Star Trek in the weeks to come. Hopefully we get some new news on Star Trek Discovery. I know I've been saying that a lot, but maybe if I keep saying that, someone will listen and we will hear something. I've been Dan Gunther. Thank you for listening. Have a great week and live long and prosper.